World Time Attack Challenge is the pinnacle of the sport globally. It has the fastest tin-top cars on the planet and is the largest time attack event in the world. Its popularity grew as quickly as the lap times tumbled, and cars are now being built specifically for the event. 363 days of planning, building and testing for 2 days of racing. It's serious stuff. I decided to turn my long-time project car, JET200, into a time attack car when MotiveDVD started in 2009 after having visited Superlap in Japan with World Time Attack founder Ian Baker and attending the first Superlap shootout at Oran Park Raceway. After a 2-year build, JET200 debuted at the 2011 event, proving itself with a 1 minute 39.7, finishing 16th out of 68 cars. Not a bad result first time out, but funnily enough, it would have placed second in open class if it had debuted a year earlier. For 2012, the car received some development and a temperamental sequential gearbox. It reset the Wakefield lap record in testing with a 62.2, so is looking good for World Time Attack. My daughter was born the day before the event, making for a tough weekend. Our first and only flying lap was a 1 minute 37.1. This would have placed us fourth a year earlier. Shows how quickly the times have tumbled. With a wife and child still at the hospital, repairs were considered too hard and the car was parked. We then took a break in 2013 before the version 4 build spiraled out of control in 2014, which brings us here. We had 2 shakedowns before this, but both were more about finding problems rather than doing true development. With a new rear wing and some major changes, the car is essentially untested. We put the car on the dyno at Croydon Racing Developments to make sure it was all good for the weekend. Alright, that was the first session in JET200. It was pretty much a test. We had pretty old tyres on there because we just wanted to test everything works. Basically what we're trying to check was the rear wing, making sure the aero balance was good, checking the splitter doesn't hit anymore with the new bump stops in, and the new wheel alignment in the car. And I can tell you what, I was pretty weak in that session with my driving, just trying to ease into it, but it's feeling good. I've already equaled my times from 2 years ago. Yeah, so we might as well now. We're going to give it to Boz, and then later in the day, if it's all good, we'll turn the boost up, get some fresh tyres on. As we're just easing into it. It's a good test. Good test.
This is how we should not be removing drive shafts on a Friday morning.
What do you reckon? Alright, we gave the car to Boz to have a test after I drove it. It was all good. But unfortunately, the drive shaft that we tried to fix and shorten snapped on Bozo's first flying lap on the second corner. So unfortunately, Bozo couldn't really do anything. We've got a spare drive shaft. We're going to change it over and give the car back to Boz this afternoon and see how it goes. That's racing.
Your name is Matt, yeah?
Yeah.
So why are you in the pits with a suit?
Because I just went to a wedding and I couldn't wait to go to the reception, so I came back to World Time Sack. And now I'm going to help pick the car and go back to the wedding.
In a suit?
In the suit, yeah.
Bozo finally got a drive in the car in the third session today. It's not too bad. The brakes and aero are working a lot better. Probably the biggest thing we're struggling with at the moment is rear end grip. So we're just making some adjustments at the moment to toe, to the shock. We're going to put some more rear wing in it. We're going to change profile tyres on the rear. And it looks like we're going to do now a slight change of plan. First session tomorrow, we're going to go out still on second hand tyres because these rears are a bit, well, they're toast, and we're going to try a bigger profile. Once we're happy with the overall setup, then we'll put new tyres on, and then we'll put another 80 odd kilowatts up its bum and really go for it. So there's no point wasting brand new tyres and turning the boost up really now until we're happy with the setup. So we're getting there, Chris is doing his thing. Alright, the changes last night obviously worked. Bozo just went 2 seconds faster, still on old tyres, still boost controller turned off. He was going to come back in, turn the power up, but we've had a gearbox problem. It looks like it's now locked out of all the gears. So we're going to fix the gearbox.
dropping the gearbox down inside the car to get into the top of the gearbox to centralise a selector shaft or see if it has bent a selector cast pin for it. So we have no idea what's going on at the moment. The gearbox is not selecting gears at all, and it has a stiff shifter. So we're going to try drop the box and have a look without actually pulling the gearbox out of the car. If not, we'll pull the gearbox out and we've got a spare coming down for parts, and hopefully we can get something together and put it back in.
Alright, the boys got the box out, but we decided as a precaution we'd go on the hunt for a gearbox specialist. We actually bumped into Sam from Drift Mob, and he introduced us to Sean from Gearbox Masters, and he said he'd happily come over and take a look. He's just pulled the gearbox apart with Matt. They found the problem, but they just need to make a few modifications to one of the pins in the gearbox to make it stop moving. So essentially what's happened is on a shift, one of the pins that's attached to the selector fork has just moved forward and locked it out of gears. So they've fixed that. They're going to make a couple of mods to it to stop it from happening again. We're back in the hunt.
Just a rail, a bush, just a simple bush, that's all it is. And then we changed a few rails over, lineaged the bush, put it back together, it's flicking gears perfect. So it's done. It's a $3 part. That's all it is. Nothing serious.
Matt, it's your gearbox.
Yes.
How about next time you change $3 parts, mate?
$3 parts? How about you get a better gearbox yourself?
Alright, so gearbox, as you can see, is back together. Chris and the boys, we're going to get it back in the car now. By we, I mean them. I'll probably pretend to do something else, because apparently that's all I do. We're going to get new tyres, turn the boost up, seal everything up. One last session, win it or bin it.
Yeah, better win it.
Let's do it. Thank you. Alright, the gearbox got repaired thanks to Sean at Gearbox Masters. It's back in the car, it got checked. Boost controllers plugged in, new tyres are on, they're softs. All the fronts sealed up. We've pretty much done everything we can do to have one last red hot crack. Bozzo's getting in, session's about to start. This is it. Alright, Bozzo just went 35.1. We just went 2.1 seconds faster than we've gone this weekend and ever gone. And we're a 10th off Heisman and 2/10 off getting into the 34s. We've probably got one lap left in it. Let's see what happens. Someone's in the way though. If this doesn't do it, we're over. This is all we've got.
35-1, something that did a 37 a couple of years ago, and I think we were doing a 39 a couple of years before that, so if we can keep heading in that direction.
Just having a nice, enjoyable lemonade. Ginger ale. Ginger ale. I picked this by 10, but I got them last year by 10. Yeah.
That can understand my fears. So when I get you, girl, why did I have to make you cry? Why?